way that they're playing basketball?
I would think two things. One, how hard they play. 48 minutes. No matter if they're up, no matter if they're down, they play extremely hard. Um, and I think two, it would be the way they move without the ball. They share the ball. Um, Everyone is live on the floor. It's not one guy that you can disrespect or be off throughout the course of an offensive possession. And they do a hell of a job of moving without the ball, sharing the ball, cutting, passing. So those are two things that stand out.
LeBron, you've described that time in Miami like it was going to college for you. If you can think back to those 4 years, what were the most important lessons that you learned about yourself and about leadership in general?
I think as far as leadership, that grows no matter where you are every day. If you want to be a leader, if you strive to be a leader every day, I think being around, Rouse and Spo, D Wade and UD, and just to name a few, being a part of that culture allowed me to grow, allowed me to see, what it takes to not only compete for a championship but also to win a championship. So it definitely, put me in a position where I knew what it took. I saw what it took. But also, I fit that culture as well because of how hard I worked. So it was a perfect match for those 4 years.
Hey, LeBron, it's Bill Oram. Would it have any extra meaning to you to win a championship against Pat Riley and Erik Spoelstra, guys that have helped shape you and vice versa in those years together?
Absolutely not. It's no extra meaning to winning a championship, no matter who you're playing against. It's already hard enough to even reach the finals, to be in this position. So if you're able to become victorious out of the finals, it doesn't matter who it's against. I'm just happy that I'm here with the opportunity, to represent not only myself, but represent our fans, our fan base, our organization, my teammates, our coaching staff, our training staff, and so many others that represent this organization to the utmost respect.
Awesome.
Dave McMenamin.
LeBron, 6 years after playing for Miami, how do you feel about Pat Riley?
That's such a broad question, Dave. I don't understand.
Leaves it open for interpretation. Like, when you hear the name Pat Riley, what do you think about? How do you describe your relationship?
I hear the word Pat Riley, you think about probably one of the greatest minds that this game has ever had. He's won at every level. Seen a stat the other day that he's been part of a championship in 4 decades. This league is not the same without Rouse. So, he's a great guy, a great motivator, but someone that just knows what it takes to win. And he's shown that over the course of 40 years.
Algo.
LeBron, you talked about just sort of the difficulty of adapting to the bubble. How much have you sort of motivated yourself by reflecting that, your teammates are taking cues from you and trying to see, how you approach things and sort of approach kind of getting through this grind of 3 months here?
It's probably been the most challenging thing I've ever done as far as a professional, as far as committing to something and actually, making it through. But I knew what I was coming, what we were coming here for. Obviously, you didn't. I would be lying if I sat up here and knew that everything inside the bubble, what it would, the toll that it would take on your mind and your body, and and everything else. Because it's been extremely tough. But I'm here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to compete for a championship. And that was my mindset once I entered the bubble, once I entered the quarantine process, the first 2 days. And then right from our first practice, my mindset was to, if I'm gonna be here, make the most of it, and see what you can do and lock in on what the main thing is. And the main thing was for us to finish the season and compete for a championship. So that's just been my mindset. You know, throughout these, I don't even know how many days it is. Whatever how many days it is, it feels like 5 years. So it really doesn't matter. But I've been as locked in as I've ever been in my career.
Dan?
I won't remind you how many days it is. Back in March, the season comes to an end. 2 players on your team test positive for this virus. Did you know, or when did you think getting to this point was even a possibility? And what was it like kind of mourning the fact that maybe it wouldn't happen?
I didn't know that this was a possibility until we actually got on the plane in LA to fly here to Orlando. You know, we had seen some of the teams arrive before us. We had got here July 9th. We had seen some of the teams arrive a couple of days before us. But until we landed here and got off the plane, got on the bus, and actually pulled up to the hotel, that's when it became a reality to me.
All right, Malika?
LeBron, from your vantage point, what do you think it is about Erik Spoelstra that allows him, no matter if it's coaching #1 picks or kind of a collection of undrafted / lower drafted guys, that allows him to continue to bring groups back here to the finals, but also not necessarily always be in the conversation with that upper echelon of coaches?
Well, that's a question for you guys. And the players and the coaches know how great Spo is. And there's this narrative that Spo is not great, and the narrative that he doesn't get a lot of respect, which he should. He prepares his team every single night. If you just watch the Miami Heat, no matter who's out on the floor, they're going to play Heat culture. They're going to play hard. They're going to play together. That's what he's always been about. And it's been you guys that have changed the narrative or has never given Spo his respect because he had D Wade or he had myself, he had Bosh. But a lot of coaches have talent. A lot of coaches have had talent over the NBA over the course of this league. That's not one. You know, and it's unfortunate that he hasn't gotten his respect. And every time we talk about Spo, when I was there and talk about how great he prepared us, and we all talked about it's great playing for Spo and things of that nature, you guys always say, well, you know, you have LeBron, you have D Wade, you have Bosh. Any coach can do it. No. Any coach can do it. If any coach could do it, then there'd be a lot more champions in this league. There'd be a lot more successful coaches. So the Spo likes it. That's what fuels Spo is the disrespect that you guys give him, the basketball world. But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't know what Spo is all about because he's damn good, if not great. Probably is great because it's preparation. He prepares like it's his last time ever coaching again every game. And I know that. That's why I feel good.
Jeff Logan?
LeBron, there is political financial data that is out there that shows that pro sports owners, including NBA owners, donate overwhelmingly to Republican causes. I know they've pledged a lot of money to help with racial and social justice issues, but do you feel that those political contributions undercut some of the efforts that players are making to gain progress on those topics?